Hey everybody, Papa Gord here, and Star Wars: The Black Series, Canada. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna sneak in a little Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi today. Um, yeah, was not expecting this in the least. Uncle Mike's been on the hunt for one for me because it is a Walgreens exclusive down for you guys in the States, and it's an EB Games exclusive for us up here in Canada. Which, hey, that's cool. So I happened to stop by one on my way home, and they just got their order in. So I grabbed one, and not bad at all. So come with me, and we will look a little closer at the general. Okay, and there he is, Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you know what? That face is fantastic. It doesn't have all that shine that they've been doing with that photo reel, because again, they're not basing this on Ewan McGregor or Sir Alec Guinness. But I think if you were to do it like again, this he could fit. Let's pull out an old one. This is not the best example, but I have popped the heads off, so if you wanted to put a little bit of putty in the new head, it would totally work on episode 3 for sure. So I mean that's looking, but again, you do that, and you can see that shine, right? That wet around the forehead, the eyes, and even the chin, and that's so not there. Now up here, right into here, just past the beard, that's he's just, you can see he's, I don't know if that's just like kind of sunburn. He's out doing his Jedi stuff in secret or whatever, because it does tend to blend into the beard just a little bit. So depending on what light you catch it in, makes a bit of a difference. But I love that face sculpt. That is awesome, because that could very well be an Ewan McGregor face, and they just kind of more cartoon comic booked him up, kind of like how the like Kanan, how they did Kanan from Rebels. So that is awesome. He's got himself, he's rocking on his Jedi cape and his extra brown cape bits going on here. This is exactly the body. So between the belt, again, it's reuse except for the head, and they right up here, right, for feeding the fabric through. So they just did a couple of notches and did some tucked in. So that's my point of concern, is just that spot and that spot for the fabric. But I suppose if you're semi-careful with it, it shouldn't rip, I hope. But it's nice and light. It tucks up and under, and it's fed. A little bit of playing with it just to kind of get it nice and even looking, I think. But he strikes a pose, I'm telling you. I'm totally digging it. I love, again, the lightsaber shade. At least it's more blue. Could have been the thicker style. They could have redone it, I think, really. But he does cut a dashing figure. That is for sure. and I wasn't expecting to see him out here. Uncle Mike was staying on the lookout for me because I really didn't think we were gonna see him up in Canada this quick. And yeah, so thank goodness to some of my local groups who put the word out. And I happened to be driving past EB Games on my way home from work. Went in, they just got their order in, and I brought him home with me. So yeah, so he's looking really good. I'm totally digging that face. Again, just that upper cheek coloring, but you know, if he's out on the desert, he's gonna get that burn on his upper cheeks, because I mean, Jedis don't wear hats, so it could be a lot of skin cancer he's got going on now. Okay, guys, so let's look at the progression of Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. So this is just gonna show up Obi-Wan's lightsaber from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So you can see more of that kind of that bald end. I've always liked Obi-Wan's out of all the lightsaber style hilts. For some reason, I don't know why, but Obi-Wan's has always kind of done it for me, I guess, so to speak. And then this will be where we're gonna look at a quick comparison. So these are, this one here with the darker blue blade is from Obi-Wan Kenobi, dressed up as a clone commander. And this was the one that came with Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 3. So you can tell that the hilts are the same, so it's complete reuse. And that even goes down to the mold for the lightsaber itself, because it's identical. Mind you, this one's still warped, but yeah, they're the same. They go right down into a tip, like a fine point, rather than how they've been beefing up the newer ones. These are the same way. So yeah, so they're identical. I do appreciate that they actually put some food coloring in this one, so it's a lot more blue than it's almost more translucent, very translucent blue, very, very pale, almost a white. So so yeah, and then you go in again, so you gotta have where you start finishing off Old Man Obi-Wan. So he did make some subtle changes to his lightsaber blade over the years, but I was always more Episode 1, and you can kind of still see a little bit of that, I guess, not branch out, but where he was going to achieve this lightsaber. But I always liked the prequel hilt for Obi-Wan Kenobi. So there we go. That was our lightsaber comparison. For the articulation stuff, guys, I mean, the head, you get, you know, lots of wiggle up and down. He gets really good crunch and circular motion, and then the rest of it is nothing that we haven't seen. It's just standard trooper articulation, right? So it's, I mean, could be better, could be worse, whatever you're taking it as, but yeah, I do like this figure quite a bit. So again, not a full review, just my thoughts on the figure. Really, the only thing I really wanted to see was the stand, the lightsaber, and the head, and to see how they did the fabric to it. And yeah, I think they pulled the look off for the most part. I guess for those of us that had broken lightsabers from this guy, pick up an extra one of him and give him your lightsaber, and it'll make up for like how dull the color is on it. And I think the paint's In all honesty, I think, yeah. Well, and then you can just replace the blade, so you don't even need to change the hilt. But yeah, he does make for a really awesome figure. So, man, Palpatine, and then this guy to more or less kind of finish the week out. So, damn, yeah, you don't get weeks like that very often. But